Star Citizen is closing in on the fourth consecutive month of record year-over-year over 40 million in funding. How is this possible? Because Forbes said they're out of money. I don't understand. Well, before we kick off, guys, what I want you to do, give this video a thumbs up, comments below. I want this video to get up in Forbes' face. I want someone from Forbes, Matt Perez, if you're watching this, please contact me on my Discord or through this video. I would love for you to sit down and tell me why I am seeing these numbers here. Explain it to me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am Montoya. We have a fascinating chart here put up by Nekara. Now, the line, before I get to it, this is the one single line which from the Forbes article, you'll remember this, the now infamous article, where Matt Perez, the author, wrote, "But most of the money is gone and the game is still far from finished. At the end of 2017, Roberts was down to 14 million in the bank." And that line there has been repeated over and over and over in every single publication and YouTuber, all saying how Star Citizen's out of money. And you can't blame them. You can't expect everyone to have this information I'm going to show you now. But as a journalist, you'd think they'd investigate a bit further. It's surprising to me because I read Forbes. I read the financial articles all the time. It's surprising they never pushed to dig down a little bit deeper than that. But let's get to it. And now this was posted by Nekara. Nekara, you all know, is one of the founders of Relay at relay.sc. They have news article, transcripts, fiction, podcasts, and much more. Drop by relay.sc. This is not a paid promotion. Nekara, you owe me $5. But feel free to drop by there and check out their very cool material. And one of the cool things that Nekara does is also maintains with a bunch of other people the crowdfunding spreadsheet, which I reference all the time too. So he made a post yesterday, and the post was, "Hey citizens, I've been working to remediate the spreadsheet after our tracker stopped working. We CIG changed the funding API, and in some way broke our tracker even worse. Now he did fix it, and in fixing it, he noticed a couple of things. Star Citizen funding is very strong this year so far." We're going to take a look at a chart and see everything here in a second. Through May 1st, Star Citizen brought in 13.8 million this year. This puts this year second best year for funding through the end of May, besides 2015, which was 15 million. Star Citizen has broken through 40 million year-over-year funding barrier. That is very important. That might not sound like a big deal, but something you've noticed and tracked, for a long time is that Star Citizen has had very steady year-over-year funding since 2014. Since then, year-over-year funding has always been in the 31 to 38.5 mil, for the most part in the 34 to 36. So we're seeing an unusually high amount of funding recently. Starting in the beginning of 2019, this metric made a notable upward move. February broke through 39 million. For the first time in March, April, May this year. Year-over-year funding has also moved past the $40 million mark. All right, what's he talking about? A whole bunch of fancy words, but if you'd like to see pictures instead of words, you're in luck. Let's look at pictures instead. Here we are. This is the chart he was talking about. Now, if you don't understand what year-over-year funding is, I'll explain to you right now. Let's just pick this peak over here. And as you can see, in June, end of June 2014, there was 35.5 million. What that means is from the end of June 2013 up to the end of June 2014, a total of 35.5, let's make it 0.6, round it off, million was raised. Not bad. Let's take a look at the next peak over here. As of the end of May in 2015, so between end of May 2014 to the end of May 2015, 39 million was raised. And you can see these peaks and troughs, but look what's happened recently in the last 3 months. And this is what Nekara was talking about. As of January, February, March, at the end of March 2019, so from the end of March 2018 to the end of March 2019, a record $40.3 million crowdfunding raised. New record, breaking over the 40 billion mark for the first time. Again, for the month of April 2019, 40.3 million. Again, for the month of May 2019, 40.1 million. Now, we're not done through the month of June yet. all we got to do is raise another 2.4 million in Star Citizen, and this will be yet another month breaking year-over-year records for funding from Star Citizen. How can this be? Because Forbes said, and I quote, most of the money is gone, and you only have 14 million left in the bank. I'd like to take this opportunity to perhaps elaborate on this, and a lot of people were surprised in one of my previous videos where I said that Matt Perez here is not lying. I'll make sure I'm getting the name right. It is Matt Perez, right? Yes, it is. Whew, thank goodness. I don't want to be calling him the wrong name all the time here. And people are shocked, say, well, Montoya, how can you agree with that? Well, I'm agreeing with it because technically it's correct, but the way he's taking the facts is twisting it to make it factually incorrect. Let me explain. Let's say, for example, you earn $50 million. Let's make it easy numbers here. You make $50,000 a year. All right. So end of the year, you get a paycheck, $50,000. Here you go. Now, during the year, you had to pay mortgage, you had rent, you had car repairs, you had to buy food, you had to buy presents. And let's say at the end of the year, you only have $5,000 left. Make sense? All right. So you got paid $50,000 through the year. But end of the year, you've only managed to save $5,000. Good, right? We're good? Bear with me here. All right, here we go. The second year. Second year, $50,000 you make for the year. But again, you had expenses. You had mortgage, you had rent, you had to buy food, your girlfriend had a birthday present, and before you know it, you only have $5,000 left in the bank, okay? Now let's extrapolate out. It's been 10 years. Would it be right for me to say that after 10 years, you have had $500,000 of income? Would it also be right for me to say that you only have $50,000 left in savings? That would be correct. Can I then say you have blown through $500,000 and only have $50,000 left in the bank? Go away, virus threat protection. That would be correct for me to say. It wouldn't be wrong. That is exactly what Matt Perez did there. He says they've raised all this money and now it's all gone. And the way most people, before I explain to you right now, see that is they just assume that 300 million was raised at the Kickstarter, and then slowly, they've burnt through it and only have 14 million left. And if you extrapolate that outwards, it means there'll be no money soon. That is what most people took away from it. But also, that is what Matt Perez wanted people to take away from it. And that is the part which is factually incorrect. And that is the part he has to come back and clarify in his article here. There's nothing wrong with it, because when the facts change your mind. Now, if Matt Perez is not aware of that, I hope he's aware of it now. And if he's aware of it now, by all means, go back and retract the statement or correct the assumptions which you were leading people to in this article. There's a couple of very interesting other charts here. And take a look at this one. Now, this kind of falls in line with some, I guess, of the other claims made during the crowdfund. And he raised other high-profile crowdfunded projects like Pebble, who raised 43 million raised, and then the Ouya video game console, which raised 8.6, and they failed miserably. Now, what is the difference between those projects and Star Citizen, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked me, because the difference is this. The difference is, assume that the only bar you see is this one here in 2012. Imagine these did not exist, all right? Pebble would have a chart coming up to 43 million raised, and there'd be nothing afterwards. They only raised money during the Kickstarter. Star Citizen only raised 6 million during the Kickstarter. Everything else has come from afterwards. The reason I bring this up is because people assume, people who don't follow the project, they see the number 200 or 300 million and they go, oh, they raised 300 million in the Kickstarter and have burned through it. That is not the case. The story here is money is still flowing in. And if you are a journalist worth your salt, the question is, and this is a challenge to all the other journalists out there looking at this. The question is, why? Why are people still backing the project? I've yet to see a single journalist approach anyone in the community, me included, and say, hey, I see you talking about the Star Citizen all the time. Can you explain why funding is continuing in light of all the negative things we're seeing about it? And I will give you my explanation and I will give you my answer. Don't come to me. Go to Board Gamer. There's hundreds of creators out there who can probably give you the exact same answer I'm giving you. The question is, why is this happening? Why are all these lines representing funding in every month still going on? And I want to check out 2019 here, but look at this. As Nakara said in the original post, since 2015, 2019 is shaping up to be the biggest year yet, even with that nonsense Forbes article. Look at this. All right, the blue represents January, the red is February, March, April, May. This May, 2019, is the biggest May we've had since 2015. And this line here, I have no doubt that this will be a record year for Star Citizen yet again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real story. Why is this happening? And I can understand the confusion because we saw the same thing, if I can draw some parallels, with the tech bubble back in 1999. And we have investors like Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett is the sage of Omaha, the wisest of wise. And he'll tell you, only invest in what you know. Warren Buffett will say, invest in things that if you pick them up and you drop them on your foot, it hurts. He only wants to invest in things he can touch that are real. And Warren Buffett, representing the old guard, missed out on tech completely. Sorry, Hotas. He missed out on the tech bubble completely because when this happened, oh no, I had a chart there. Okay. Let me get this going for you. 1 second. Okay, here we go. What I wanted to show you was the tech bubble in 99 to 2000, and this is Amazon. Now, Amazon was never a $2, $1 stock. This is after a 10-for-1 split, so $4 would be $40. And what happened was Amazon ran up with the rest of the bubble stocks up to $1,000. And a lot of people, myself included, were looking at this in awe and going, what is the rationalization here? Why is Amazon a $1,000 stock? And you had guys like Warren Buffett saying, I don't understand, don't touch us, this isn't going away. Like, how can they make money? How can Amazon, a company which is selling things for a loss, Amazon is not making money. How can they have this crazy valuation? Well, there was a bubble back then, but look what happened since then, all right? And I'm going to fast forward slowly through time. This is 2010. Let's keep going slowly. Look what's happening here. And I'm going to make my point very, very shortly. Up it goes, and here we are to most recently hit $2,000. Now, look back at the bubble back then compared to where it is now. What is this? Now, I hate to use buzzwords, but a paradigm shift. What people like Warren Buffett knew as value was tossed out the window, and new tech came in, a new way to do business came in. And old investors, the old guard, like Warren Buffett said, well, this makes no sense to me, I'm not touching it. Look what he missed out on. And he is a long-term investor. He missed out on this because he refused to accept that something had changed. And this is the new reality. Well, the same can be said for exactly this over here. This has never been done before. We have never seen a game crowdfund and self-publish in this way. So it's not unheard of for the old guard, even though Matt Perez is young, but not understanding that something's changed here, to not understand this new model. And in the case of RSI, in case of CIG, this is the new model. This is the new reality. But like Warren Buffett, there'll be people who refuse to understand it. They will keep on saying, it's not right, it's not going to happen, it's all wrong, and they're simply going to miss out. And I'm saying that you're going to make money by backing Star Citizen. But what I'm saying is, even the wisest of the wise did not see it when the change was right in front of them. And this is just one of those times. This is one of those times where something has changed. The model people are used to is out the window. This is the new model, which is working very well for CIG. And it is my challenge to journalists out there to investigate this. Not 2012, but investigate 2013, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 2019 again, which will be record years. Why is that happening? That is the story, ladies and gentlemen. So if you've watched this video till the end, thank you very much. Please, a thumbs up. Share this video where you can. I really want to get out to reach out to Forbes and to Matt Perez with this. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next one.